This is ABC 7 News at Noon.
Today on ABC 7 News at Noon, a Christian rock band performed a gig for inmates at the Penobscot County Jail over the weekend. Plus, Maine is one of the states currently trying to get former President Donald Trump off the ballot. And the Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife is seeking volunteers for their annual Landowner Appreciation Day cleanup. Thank you for tuning in this afternoon. I'm Emma Smith. But before we get into the news, let's check in with meteorologist Evan Biggs. He has the forecast for this beautiful Labor Day.
Hey Emma, happy Monday afternoon. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Lou Jean Fredericks across from Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. All right, here we go. We did have a dense fog advisory that pretty much encompassed a good part of our viewing area until 9 a.m. this morning. It's when most of these were expired as we dealt with some areas of dense fog that became very widespread for a while this morning, reducing visibility to roughly a half mile in a few spots, maybe 3 miles in Millinock and also in Caribou. But now we're improving things as we do move forward with a good amount of sunshine. That will burn that fog off. There are some clouds out towards sea. These clouds right here, actually, there's the leftovers of Idalia right there as well. So we'll zoom things out, give you that bigger picture right there. We're pretty much quiet across that good part of the country for now, but that's the leftovers of Idalia, maybe some precipitation with it, some winds with it too. But for us, we're just going to be watching for maybe some increasing wave heights along the coast, and that'll be about it there. Futurecast moving forward, a lot of sunshine today, maybe a few clouds late in the afternoon and into the evening time frame as well. Areas of dense fog will be possible yet again, so make sure you're watching for that. Here is some wind, though, mainly out of the west at around 5 miles per hour in a few spots. We'll notice it a little bit more by tomorrow, but still behaving themselves overall at around 5 to 10 miles per hour or so. So for the rest of today, middle 80s, mostly sunny on this Labor Day. South wind getting up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, here we go, mid-60s, partly cloudy, areas of dense fog, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. Hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period, a lot of sunshine, some clouds late in the afternoon, temperatures in the 80s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Emma?
Thank you, Devin. The Bangor Police Department have arrested a man for an alleged shooting that took place yesterday afternoon in Capehart. According to Bangor PD, 30-year-old Taman Cardell of Bangor allegedly fired a round from a handgun and then pointed the gun at another man. Dispatch got the call around 4 p.m. in which callers gave a clothing description and one of a female who was with him. Officers located Cardell and the female where the caller said they would be. A firearm was recovered at the scene, and Cardell was found to be in possession of illegal drugs. He was taken to the Penobscot County Jail and charged with possession of a firearm by a felon, aggravated reckless conduct, criminal threatening, and unlawful possession of scheduled drugs. No one was injured, and this situation remains under investigation. An Old Town man is out on bail after police say he refused to submit to arrest and was found to be in possession of cocaine. Brewer police say earlier last week, officers were on patrol when a man they suspected had a suspended license was seen driving on State Street. An officer pursued the man into Bangor. That man was identified as 44-year-old Tory Kindred of Old Town. When it was confirmed that Kindred's license was in fact suspended, the officer attempted a traffic stop on Harlow Street in Bangor. Police say Kindred pulled over, got out of the vehicle, and started walking away, allegedly refusing police orders to stop. Police say Kindred also discarded cocaine that was allegedly in his possession as he fled. The officer eventually took Kindred into custody, and police say approximately 14.5 grams of cocaine was seized during the incident. Kindred was charged with unlawful trafficking and scheduled drugs and was later released on bail. A Madison man is awaiting his first court appearance after being charged with murder. 61-year-old Roland Flood was arrested Thursday in connection with the death of a man in July. On July 8th, 57-year-old Mark Tribune was found dead inside his vehicle at a cemetery on East Houghton Street in Madison. The Office of the Chief Medical Examiner ruled his death was a homicide. There's no official word on what authorities believed happened or why they think Flood is responsible for Tribune's death. State Police spokesperson Shannon Moss says Flood had lived with Tribune and Anson shortly before he was killed. Flood was taken to the Somerset County Jail. He should be arraigned sometime this week. According to the Maine Service Employees Association, workers in the executive branch of Maine state government are entering their third month of working under expired contracts with the Mills administration. Yesterday, state workers rallied together in Augusta to show solidarity over their demands.
Around 100 state workers surrounded the State House this Labor Day weekend with a rolling rally in their efforts to close the state employee pay gap. The rally started with a barbecue at Mill Park organized by the Central Maine Labor Council and concluded with employees driving through Augusta honking their horns loud enough for those in the State House to hear.
And what we've been seeing really since 2009, when a study was first done, was that state workers were well behind by about 15%, and that has just continued on since then.
According to Staffieri, state workers in Maine are paid 15% less on average compared to what their public and private sector counterparts are receiving. He also says there's been a decline in state employees all across the state.
What we're seeing now is thousands of open jobs in the state that really need to be filled so that we can provide the services that are critical.
Many state employees have been anxiously awaiting negotiations for their contracts to conclude, and employees in the executive branch are currently entering their third month of working under expired contracts.
People are literally having to go take other work. It's, they hang on as long as they can through grueling hours, overnights, we're not machines, we're human beings.
Many emphasize that they love the work they do for the state of Maine.
I take my job seriously because every day that I go to work, I affect someone's life in a positive manner.
But many workers also say they deserve to be fairly compensated for their efforts.
Time to give us a contract for this cycle and close the gap so we can build strong for the people of the state of Maine.
In Augusta, Grace Blanchard, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Many living in downtown Bangor may be familiar with the sounds of live music echoing throughout the city, but it's not often that those sounds come from a correctional facility. Our David Ledford brings us a closer look inside a concert with a message.
Inmates and staff at the Penobscot County Jail came together in harmony Saturday to listen to the Christian rock group Not by Works share their songs of faith. The band has been performing at jails and prisons across Maine and beyond for more than 20 years.
I started a long time ago when I was in my 30s. We've been going to almost every prison and jail in Maine and some out of state to show the inmates that there's hope.
Representatives of the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office say the concert is one way to bring faith-based opportunities to the inmates, in addition to their regular religious programs.
Inmates in our custody still have faith. They're individuals just like you and me. They still worship. This is a good chance for them to hear some good music. Music is a healer. Members of Calvary Chapel come in and provide our Bible study in our church services.
One band member says he enjoys volunteering his time because of his personal connection to the band's music.
I had a brother that died of cocaine heroin overdose a long time ago, and that kind of motivated me to do this kind of ministry. I see some of those people as sort of my brother sitting in a chair.
Some say they feel that both music and faith can help people to change.
I think it's important to share the message of hope, the message of good news, the gospel to these men and women. And I've seen many over the years, men and women both, be transformed. I know one gentleman, he was here a few years ago and now he's a pastor of a church.
In Bangor, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Several groups are trying to get former President Donald Trump off the ballot, saying he violated the Constitution and doesn't qualify. Maine is among the states looking into the idea. Section 3 of the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution says that any American official who takes an oath to uphold the Constitution is disqualified from holding future office if they, quote, engaged in insurrection or rebellion, or had, quote, given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. Maine's Secretary of State says her offices are looking at whether each candidate qualifies, just like they do every major election.
Each state, chief election officials, myself included, and chief legal officials like our attorneys general have an obligation to look at those laws very carefully, look at the facts of specific candidacies, and make a fair, dispassionate determination.
New Hampshire's Secretary of State, a Republican, reportedly asked the state's Attorney General to look into it earlier this week. Trump calls the move election interference, and a Florida judge recently ruled against the effort. An arson fire in Bangor this past week has left some questions about the city's vacant properties. During Thursday's fire, 2 people were safely escorted from the building by the Bangor Police Department. A member of the Bangor community, who wishes to remain anonymous, said they believe the building was one of the city's vacant properties and that the people inside were squatters. City officials were unable to confirm whether or not the building was vacant or if the people inside had a right to be there. But Bangor's Director of Code Enforcement, Jeff Wallace, says that the city is looking into it.
Still not sure yet whether there was an arrangement for them to be there or if it was a squatting situation. I'll be happy when there are 0 buildings on our vacant and placarded list. We are taking some active steps.
The Elm Street fire comes 2 years after a fire at a vacant property in Bangor left 3 people dead. There are currently 67 vacant properties in Bangor, down from 208 in 2020. To address the remaining buildings, the City Council voted in May to raise Bangor's vacant property fee. To share concerns about a vacant property, contact Bangor's Code Enforcement Office. All right, coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, we'll hear from vendors at the annual Maine Odd and Unusual Show. We'll be right back.
At Living Innovations, we build community. You can be a part of it. We put supporting people first, and that builds a caring community within our workforce and for the people we serve. Living Innovations supports people with disabilities and has flexible work opportunities available. You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit livinginnovations.com and check out our employment and home provider opportunities. Become a part of Living Innovations and be part of a community with a purpose.
Living in Maine means long, cold winters and hot, humid summers. Whatever the weather, Bangor Heat Pumps is your solution. Open 24/7, Bangor Heat Pumps takes care of you at home or at work. We operate statewide and service all brands and models. Understanding moving can be stressful. We will help move any units you may have. We offer a veterans discount in our home with a Capeless Hero discount. Visit us online at BangorHeatPumpsLLC.com or call or text us at 307-7746. Bangor Heat Pumps.
Nobody should have to go through a 5-hour drive every single day to have radiation. Sarah's house provides them a home away from home, a place where they can come and receive treatment and support while they move through their cancer journey. There are 9 bedrooms for guests on 2 floors. They have laundry facilities. Everyone has their own cupboard for dry storage, refrigerator space. The great room is really the heart of the home. It's like the kitchen living space. This is where people come together. They share meals, they share stories, and they support one another.
Happy Labor Day weekend from ABC 7.
Welcome back to ABC News at noon. The Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife is looking for volunteers for the annual Landowner Appreciation Day cleanup. On Sunday, September 17th, volunteers will join forces with the Maine Warden Service to clean up illegally dumped trash in order to show private landowners the, quote, respect they deserve for generously allowing public access to their land. According to the IFW, each year the crew has picked up more than 1 million pounds of trash from more than 100 sites, which includes around 1,000 to 2,000 tires. To learn more, to submit your land as a potential cleanup site, or to sign up, head to mefishwildlife.com/outdoorpartners. Maine's Odd and Unusual show returned this weekend, where nearly 100 vendors shared unique offerings to those with a particular taste. According to organizers, the expo serves as a place for those with a creative spirit to share their work with the community and others who share similar passions for unique offerings of art. The expo was held at the Augusta Civic Center and featured vendors from all across the state.
It's just a collection of artisans and artists, odd and unusual things that normally wouldn't, see in a mainstream store, and people are using their unique talents to make some really cool things.
My favorite part is just connecting with everyone and getting to see their faces once they find something that they really love and connect with, and I know that it's something that's going to bring them healing and positivity in their life.
This is the third year the expo has been held, but the first time at the Augusta Civic Center. According to organizers, they plan to hold 2 expos next year, one on Memorial Day and Labor Day. So anyone who missed out this year will have plenty of opportunities to experience its unique offerings when the Odd and Unusual Expo returns. The family of a late Ellsworth firefighter held a silent auction on Saturday to help keep his memory alive. Our Callie Warren has the story.
Late Ellsworth Deputy Fire Chief Bobby Dorr passed in May of 2021, but his legacy lives on for all Hancock County firefighters, past, present, and future. The Bobby Dorr Memorial Scholarship awards $1,000 annually to students of firefighters and those pursuing fields related to the fire service. The scholarship is given to Hancock County High School seniors and students from Dorr's hometown of Steuben.
It's a little bittersweet because the reason we're doing it is because he's not here. But by doing it, this is an opportunity for all of us to come together to just spend time thinking about him and talking about him. We hold him in our hearts, but he's not physically here. And days like today is an opportunity for us to bring him a little bit closer.
Dorr died of cancer after 12 years serving at the Ellsworth Fire Department. Shortly before his passing, he raised funds to purchase particulate flash hoods for all Hancock County firefighters. The hoods help reduce the amount of carcinogens those in the fire service come in contact with.
Everything you do in life can be fighting a fire. We all have fires to put out, and we all have brighter days. So that was the way he lived his life.
In Trenton, Callie Warren, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
And when we return, we'll have an update on the search for the escaped convict in Pennsylvania. Don't go away.
The Cowboys from Hell return. Pantera. Live in concert. September 7th. Maine Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine. Pantera. For the fans, for the brothers, for legacy. Their first tour in over 20 years with special guest Lamb of God. On sale now at waterfrontconcerts.com. Pantera.
Hi folks, this is Barry Gass of Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono. We've been in business since 1911, and our third-generation family-owned business can't wait to show you our unique line of Western wear and Western tack. We have Western boots, shirts, hats, belts, and buckles for the entire family, and Western tack from bridles to saddles and everything in between for your horse.
Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear, where the American West comes alive in Maine.
If I don't hear from you tonight, I know it, but I can't let go. Everything I love is out to sea.
The Greg B. Harrell Show. ...
Am I supposed to read the ...
More than that, you know there's not
Furniture Gallery is celebrating Labor Day. Sofas starting at $3.99. Recliners starting at $2.99. Queen mattresses also starting at $2.99. Choose from our large in-stock selection and take it home today, like Ashley, Flexsteel, Serta, Restonic, and Nectar. So what are you waiting for? The Furniture Gallery's Labor Day sale is huge. Special financing is available. Support our main family-owned business and save money. Find your best value at the Furniture Gallery. Open 7 days a week. Augusta, Bangor, Newport, and North Windham.
Hey, Red Sox fans, you've got to play You Pick'em Red Sox at foxbangor.com. Local weekly winners receive prizes from Herman Meadow Golf Club or The Local. Register now at foxbangor.com. You Pick'em Red Sox is sponsored by Bruns Chiropractic Clinic in Bangor, Eddington Store in Eddington, Main Collision Center in Bangor, and Twin City Tile in Brewer.
Now to the urgent search for an escaped murderer. The convict has been on the loose since breaking out of a prison in Pennsylvania late last week. ABC's Jay O'Brien has the latest on the search.
This morning, Pennsylvania officials concentrating their manhunt for convicted murderer Danilo Cavalcante to a few miles from the prison he escaped 5 days ago. This black and white surveillance video taken around 2 a.m. Saturday and released by the Chester County District Attorney's Office shows what officials say is Cavalcante outside a home not far from the county prison. Local, state, and federal law enforcement now asking for the public's help in tracking down the 34-year-old who escaped before being transferred to a state corrections facility to serve a life sentence for stabbing his ex-girlfriend to death in front of her children.
Every tip is important, and we're following up on every single tip that comes in.
Locals in this rural area describing tactical teams walking through backyards.
Look out the kitchen window.
I'm out putting together a soccer goal for my daughter, and a state trooper that has a machine, like a tactical gear on with a machine gun, walks through my front yard.
Police believe Cavalcante, who's also wanted for murder in his native Brazil, may have already tried to break into at least 2 homes in the search area.
Possible sighting of the prisoner. There was a male subject walking northbound.
Warning locals to be on the lookout this holiday weekend.
People may be out of town. It's very likely that the suspect could attempt to break into one of those homes.
All right, now let's switch gears and check in with Devin Biggs for one final look at our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, here we go. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Ruth and Webby's Restaurant in Hancock. Now hiring for all positions. We did have a dense fog advisory issued earlier for a good part of our viewing area because of some areas of dense fog that did develop earlier this morning. That's starting to taper off now. But this is what it was at one point, though, with some spots we're down to a half mile for visibility. Millinocket and Caribou we're down to a few miles or so. But now we're starting to improve things as we're starting to see that fog getting out of here, courtesy of a lot of sunshine that we are seeing, at least at this point. Now, there are some clouds in a few spots as well. This is all courtesy of Adalia out towards sea. This won't give us much issues in our backyard, maybe some wave height issues along the coast, but that'll be about it at its best. But on land, we're looking pretty good out there with a lot of sunshine. So warmer temperatures as well. There's a cold front out to the north and west. This may help to give us some showers and storms later on in the week, so we'll be watching for that as it does develop. There's Adalia right there. Not a whole lot going for it right now. Just some clouds moving forward, maybe some precipitation with it, but this will leave us alone as we do move forward. There's some wave height issues possibly along the coast. We're not seeing that right now. Wave heights are at around 3 feet overall, and further off towards the north, even lower. So we're looking okay there. But you can see where that system is at, where you see that green right there. That is higher wave heights being reported there, according to our graphics. So Adalia remaining active across a good part of the ocean. The fog's getting out of here today. We have some clouds during the afternoon period as well, and even into the overnight, we'll have clouds during the overnight period as well. Areas of dense fog will also be possible as we head towards Tuesday morning. The sunshine, though, will burn that fog off during the afternoon period. By Tuesday night, a few more clouds could develop. Areas of dense fog will be expected yet again, but Adalia, what's left of it, though, will stay away from us. Average high temperature being 76 degrees, middle to upper 80s for the next several days, so at least through Thursday before we cool off in the lower 80s Friday, upper 70s Saturday, mid 70s Sunday. Again, our average high is 76 degrees, so we're well above normal for this time of the year, but it looks like there might be some relief on the way moving forward soon. And the dew points, those are up there as well with 60s and 70s for those dew points, and we can feel that right back there as well, even as early as today and lasting through at least Saturday. So these dew points in the 60s and 70s, they're here to stay for a good while. UV next forecast for today will be at a 6. Not bad, that's high. Burn time of 30 minutes. Hats, sunglasses, sunscreen, and shade necessary to avoid a bad sunburn. For today, mid-80s, mostly sunny out there. South wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. By tonight, though, mid-60s, partly cloudy, areas of dense fog possible. Wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, upper 80s again, mostly sunny. North wind getting up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Ruth and Wimpy's Restaurant extended forecast. Lots of sunshine again Wednesday, highs in the upper 80s. Some storm chances as we head towards your Thursday, highs in the upper 80s. And lower 80s cooling off a little bit by Friday with a slight chance for showers and thunderstorms.
My frequent heartburn had me taking antacid after antacid all day long. But with Prilosec OTC, just 1 pill a day blocks heartburn for a full 24 hours. For one-and-done heartburn relief, Prilosec OTC, 1 pill a day, 24 hours, 0 heartburn.
Ooh, stuffed up again?
So congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Just Sinex? Breathe. What is... Wow. Sinex? Breathe. Ah.
You ready for French?
Oh, oui.
Come on, or we're gonna miss it.
Oh, does his hair look like it runs for buses?
I bet that hair will run if I treat you to Mickey D's.
Yeah, you're right. Let's go.
There's a deal for everyone on the go at McDonald's. Get 2 fluffy, savory, melty sausage burritos for just $3. Or choose any 2 of these breakfast faves.
Stop waiting. Start living your life without knee or hip pain. Connect with a Northern Light orthopedist and get back out there. Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center. How are you?
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
It may not feel like it after the weather we've been having, but whether we like it or not, fall is just around the corner. And what better way to celebrate than with some apple picking? Over in New Gloucester yesterday, Thompson's Orchards was the place to be. The warm weather didn't stop some folks from getting out to enjoy their autumn favorites. Mike Thompson owns the orchard. He says they've been open for a few weeks and expect business to ramp up in the coming weeks. He says they've got a good crop of apples this year, despite seeing a late frost.
Since then, I did get some damage from it, but the weirdest thing is you would think the higher elevation wouldn't get the damage, and it was my highest orchard that actually had the most damage. But it's not terrible.
Thompson's is open every day from 9 to 6. They expect to have plenty of apples throughout their season. All right, lastly now, if you've got a budding baseball star in the family, this story is for you. The Waterville Police Department is hoping to get the word out about a free baseball clinic for area young people. It's called Badges for Baseball, and the clinic will be held at Purnell Wrigley Field in Waterville next Saturday. So here's your chance to plan ahead. It is for kids ages 8 through 13, and there are different time slots depending on the age of your baseball enthusiast. But both sessions will involve learning the fundamentals of the game, including pitching and catching. No experience is required to attend, and equipment will be available. Transportation to the clinic is also available upon request. For more information, you can contact Jason Longley via email at jlongley@waterville-me.gov. We'll have that information on our website, foxbangor.com. Looks like we're about out of time. Thank you for watching. I'm Emma Smith, and have a great day.